A new coming-of-age movie hits theaters here in D.C. next month. It's called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
One thing you can do if you don't want to talk to anyone is just enter a subhuman state. Pretend you're someone annoying.
Hi, Rachel. I'm really sorry you have cancer.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if this was a touching romantic story...
And joining us right now are two of the actors, Mann and Olivia Cook, as well as the director, Alfonso Gomez-Rejon. Thank you all very much for coming in. So good to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
All right, so, I watched the trailer, and I have to tell you that I'm very excited about this film. Tell me how it came about. It started as a novel, did it not?
It did. It did start as a novel. Sorry. It did start as a novel, and then it was adapted by Jesse Andrews as a screenplay. Then I got the screenplay, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah, so guys, what's the difference here? What are we going to see on the screen that we won't necessarily read in the book?
Well, it's definitely, the book is very much Greg's point of view from the main character. It's a lot of his neuroses and self-deprecating humor, which you still get in the movie, but it's more of, you get more of the other characters, and it's more of a third-person point of view.
All right, so Olivia, set it up for us. Tell us about this story of this teenage girl who has been diagnosed with cancer.
Well, really, it's about the teenage boy who's trying to befriend her begrudgingly. His mother has forced him to go to her house and try and make her feel better, and Thomas's character Greg doesn't really want to because they've not really spoken. They're acquainted, but they're not good friends. So he comes to the house and just says, "My mum's making me," and they form this beautiful friendship that starts off quite awkward at first. And Greg's character makes homages to classic foreign films, and so one of his classmates tells him to make a movie for Rachel. And kind of how
it's about this friendship blossoming, and learning to make a film for her.
Yeah, and in the trailer you talk about how this could have easily been a love story, but that's not what this is about.
No. It's different. It's not that they don't have some sort of love for each other, but it is about a really deep friendship connection, which is different.
Thomas, your character was a little reluctant when the mother approaches you about actually going over and creating this friendship with this girl. How does that character evolve in the story?
Well, I mean, he's a very, like a lot of teenagers, he's sort of selfish and a little bit stubborn, and he likes to, keep to himself. He's built this cocoon of a world, and so it's about him kind of growing up and learning to share himself and open up, and the importance of making real connections. How
challenging was the role for you, Olivia? Because at one point you had to actually shave your hair off for the role.
Well, I just didn't want anything to come across as false on my end. I didn't want to phone it in. I thought it would be quite disrespectful if I didn't shave my head, because bald caps look so bulky and I've got so much hair. And if you see a really bad bald cap or a bad makeup job, it just completely takes you out of the movie, and I didn't want that to happen.
And Alfonso, this was all recorded in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
How was that setting a positive place to shoot something like this?
Sorry,
Should I help you with that? I think this is really simple.
We're
going to come across.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead. Okay, I'm going to put that down.
Thanks.
So anyway, we were talking about Pittsburgh. Yeah, you can just keep talking while I'm doing it. Okay, all right, here we go.
The screenplay is set in Pittsburgh, and the novel is set in Pittsburgh, and it could be set anywhere when we made the final film, but I really wanted to see what Pittsburgh looked like, and I fell in love with the city and the verticality of it, and it started to really inform the movie and open up the movie. And we discovered Shinley High School. It had been abandoned, and that became a character in the movie, and her house and his house. I couldn't imagine setting a movie anywhere else.
Tell me about the emotions that people will experience as they watch this, because you have your lighter moments and your heavier moments. Does it sort of run the gamut?
It does, and that's what I loved about the screenplay, and then hopefully what people are responding about in the movie is that it's these two kind of those emotional currents that we experience in life every day. The funny and the sad all coexist, and I think it's hopefully all the emotions, whether it's the comedy or the drama, I think hopefully they're all earned, and they're all hopefully it's an honest and authentic experience.
And the film has done very well at Sundance. We should mention that.
No, it did. It did incredibly well.
Yeah.
It won at least 2 awards.
It did.
Correct?
It won. Yeah, it won the grand jury and the audience award, which was just unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay, so we can actually go to the theaters and see this when?
June 12th. June 12th in Washington?
June 12th, I think, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I thank you all for coming in.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
And enjoy the hot, humid weather
I know.
that Washington has to offer you.
Okay.